Minister for Home Affairs Leon Schreiber emphasized the necessity for the department to undergo a transformation in the digital domain to ensure the protection of national security within the country. During his address to the Home Affairs Portfolio Committee yesterday, Schreiber discussed various topics, including the recent deportation of 95 Libyan nationals. He also commented on the controversy surrounding the Miss South Africa pageant, which also raises questions regarding the nationality of one of the contestants. Joining us is Chairman Portfolio Committee of Home Affairs, Mosa Chabane, who joins us to expand on this. A very good evening to you, sir. Thank you for your time. I don't know how much you heard of the package we just ran around asylum seekers talking about what happens at the Marabastad Home Affairs Department. Are you of the view, or do you know about any of some of the allegations that have been put forward by asylum seekers who speak about having to bribe their way to getting their documents in order?
No, good evening and thanks for having us. Well, we observed the incident that has happened, and we have since interacted with the department to respond quickly and have a full investigation on what happened. In relation to the issues that are arising from the center, last term, the sixth administration, there was a detailed analysis on the issues of corruption, selling documents, collaboration with syndicates that was conducted by Advocate Dr. Lubisi's commission, and hope that out of that process, there are tools established to remedy this crisis.
Talking about tools, we know that Home Affairs Minister Leon Schreiber has issued a stark warning about the state of the department in its entirety, highlighting significant security vulnerabilities that threaten the country's national security. What's your take on this matter as we assess how impactful it could be to the country's security?
Well, the minister is correct because he draws from the recommendation of Dr. Lubis and the multidisciplinary task team that has been established to investigate all the areas of concerns that were raised by the Portfolio Committee in the sixth administration. And I think collectively, the Portfolio Committee with the department find support to fight, but also to speed up, to modernize the systems within Home Affairs.
How would you view your role and contribution as Parliament? I mean, I ask you this because, for one, as you and I speak, the freed Libyan soldiers or nationals have now become a diplomatic nightmare, as South Africa essentially doesn't know what to do with them.
As I will refer you, that part of the oversight of the sixth Parliament Portfolio Committee, it has interacted with the department in relation to the issues that were raised. Hence, there was an establishment of the task team, and subsequently there was an initiative to appoint a multidisciplinary task team to look on all these issues. Secondly, is that you will know that hearing the matter in relation to these Libyans, how they've applied the visas. I think there was a demonstration yesterday in the Portfolio Committee how these documents they meet our mission in Tunisia. So these are some of the issues that the department and the law enforcement agencies are grounding themselves to fight against. But I think the posture that has been demonstrated by the department with the minister and the deputy minister, I think is a significant step forward, and it's what is part of the oversight to support this initiative.
In the calls for digital transformation, we heard the minister saying that the problem facing Home Affairs is not merely an administrative hiccup, but symptoms of a much deeper crisis. He also emphasized that it would be a dereliction of duty if there's no urgency to digitally transform Home Affairs. It's not the first time we've heard about efforts to transform Home Affairs and digitize it. I mean, this is a matter that's been on the agenda for many years, as former Home Affairs ministers have tried to put it forward. In 2022, Home Affairs Minister Aaron Motsoaledi announced that there was a 2.4 billion rand budget to digitize more than 350 million civic paper records. Nothing in terms of the overhaul and digitization has happened. within that space. It's been handed down and handed down, and nothing has come from it. What is the problem?
Well, it's not entirely correct that there's nothing that happened with the initiative that were brought forward to the committee. You will know that the CSIR has conducted a study with Home Affairs in relation to the entire system. And also you'll know that there were appointments of young people who were also trained to look on those issues. But on the subject that you are raising, correctly that the minister is correct on the areas that have been identified to modernize Home Affairs. And I think there's a progress to that effect. You will see as we move forward that it's going to be a turnaround time or turnaround efforts in terms of the implementation of these issues that the minister is saying. We're fully confident as a portfolio committee that resources available will be able to meet this objective.
The reason I say nothing has happened, Chair, is because I'm talking about action and digital transformation and the digitizing it and the timeline that you speak about, the turnaround time. These are matters that should have happened long ago, years ago, from even before 2022. There was a strong call to Parliament to support the digital transformation of Home Affairs as an apex priority for the current administration. Do you think that there is the willpower and that this is something that can happen with it now showing results in terms of action and evidence that this process is underway?
Well, we are confident because there's an appetite from the administration on the part of the department to make sure that they prioritize that area. But hence I've said that resources can also, as you look on the fiscus, the pressures, the economic pressures that the country is facing, but we hope that given the resources available, which is a priority, and the portfolio committee has agreed that we need to support and assist the department also to engage with the treasurer to look on these priorities that has been laid down by the department.
In terms of timelines, what commitments have been made?
We resolved that we'll engage with the department later in October because there's a commitment on the part of the ministry to engage with the treasury. And I think at that time we'll be able to know to what extent will they advance resources to the department on the prioritized areas that the committee has been briefed on.
What difference do you think it will make to digitize the system and get it up to speed, operating and functioning as it should when that does eventually happen?
Well, I think it will ease access for application, and also it will make it difficult for interaction between some of the officials in the syndicates that are continuously weakening the system. And it's one of the areas that will ease this process, and the advantage will then be demonstrated when this has been implemented. Core business or the focus now is to make sure that we tighten the system of Home Affairs, and through this support that the minister's initiative and also the foundation laid by the former minister Aaron Taledi and the entire team will assist to curb this scourge of corruption.
Thank you very much. Thank you for your time and contribution. Chairman of the Portfolio Committee of Home Affairs, Mosa Chabane, there expanding on what Home Affairs Minister Leon Schreiber has had to say about the urgency of digitizing the Home Affairs Department.